Okay, we are. Wait a minute. Am I recording? I'm recording. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and go ahead.
Hi, today I'm going to talk about how every person should get checkups at least once a year. We all take our kids, they always get their checkups at least once a year. When they're small, it's every 3 to 6 months. This is for the fact that you can catch things early, like type 2 diabetes. If you don't catch that early, it could eventually kill you. According to the American Diabetes Association, diabetes is the 7th deadliest killer in the U.S. More than a fourth of our population who dies every year is because of complications to diabetes that have not been caught early. Also, according to Medline Plus, 200,000 heart attacks and strokes each year can be prevented just by getting a checkup to either find out if you have a little bit too high of a blood pressure, which is stress on your heart, which can cause a heart attack. They can strokes in general if you don't take care of diabetes. The long-term effects of the longer it is to diagnose or treat a diabetic, the worse your complications will be further down the road. You jump up to about 25% higher risk of having a heart attack or a stroke each year you're not diagnosed. So if you go years without it, you're bound to have a heart attack, which could kill you, or a stroke, which could paralyze you one half of your body. I myself would rather go to the doctor once a year than not have physical movement on half of my body. When you go to the doctor, it's really not that scary. All you have to do is ask questions. They'll take a little bit of blood from you. They might not even do that. They may just check your heart rate. They'll check your joints. They'll ask you a few questions as in, do you get headaches on a regular basis? Do you feel pain on a regular basis? If so, where? Just to rule out, oh, you're just getting old. Even if you're just getting old, things start working differently. As you get older, your muscles can't handle as much as they used to. Your bones need more care. You need more calcium. You need less junk food, that kind of thing. So your doctor will be able to tell you what you need to stay healthy. Because the longer you live, the more comfortable you're going to want to be. So you don't want to be 90 and not be able to walk. Those things can be prevented. Osteoporosis, those can be prevented. Osteoporosis, if caught in early enough, you can take a medication and it won't get any worse. Lately, my uncle just got diagnosed with MS. He's only in his 40s. So the fact that they caught it this early could very much have saved his life. So now they have an experimental medication that actually can help prevent or slow down the process of MS. If he didn't go to a doctor for a checkup, they asked him a couple of questions. The answers to those questions made them think, hey, maybe we should get some blood tests. So if he hadn't have gotten that checkup, he still to this day would not know that he has MS, which in turn, it's going to get worse if you don't know about it. So therefore, that itself, just going in to say, hey, am I healthy? Caught MS. Other illnesses, you have arthritis, which that can't be prevented, but you could actually be more comfortable the sooner you catch it. Heart disease, stroke, cancer, type 2 diabetes, even obesity, which is a huge problem in the United States. If caught early enough, say in a child, obesity can be changed, habits can be changed, which in turn will help an adult with obesity. By catching this, you can teach people to what's actually in their foods, which now most of us, about 85% of meals, according to the CDC, 85% of meals in a household home are eaten out. That in itself is about 60% of their meal being fat, trans fats, GMOs, those kind of things are not good for you and also lead to obesity. The American Diabetes Association has said that that the type 2 diabetes in people has gone up 50% in the last 8 years alone. So people, because of the foods we eat and the obesity that is increasing in the US, it has doubled the amount of type 2 diabetics, which type 2 diabetics, for most people, not all, can be prevented and treated through good foods, getting your weight down, and your doctor can help you with that. If you go in, say you're overweight, and they tell you you're pre-diabetic, it means if you continue your course of action, you will end up with type 2 diabetes. Because when you get type 2 diabetes, your body makes the insulin, but because of the fact that your body has so much to do with your weight, the processing of your food, all of that, it doesn't have the time or the resources to use your insulin properly, which means you have to take medication that trains your body to use it properly. So by going to the doctor for your checkup and they tell you you have pre-diabetes, there are many things you can do. So one, you don't have to live like that. And I, being a type 1 diabetic, I didn't have a choice. So I have to live like this or I die. So I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. So if your doctor during your checkup says you have pre-diabetes, you need to get your weight down. You need to start eating a whole lot better. No more eating a fast food on a daily basis. I eat it about most days or most weeks that if I'm good. I have it about twice a week and I try and cook as much as possible. But even cooking, you need to eat a lot more vegetables. But all those things can just be prevented by one doctor's appointment every year. One. And not just going to the doctor because I broke a leg or I don't feel good or I'm sick, I have the flu. It's to tell you if you are truly healthy. And if not, they'll test your blood, they'll test for certain things. It's really not that hard. And even if you're afraid of needles, they'll help. You go to the doctor, 15 minutes later, you either have the peace of mind that you're perfectly healthy, or you have a plan of what you can do next so that the longer you live, the easier and the less painful and the less problems you have down the road. So please go get your checkups.